to cover in this video is how to set up a predictive pattern. And so, for example, when a periodical is received, you would go to Receiving and Invoicing and click on Receive. And you would have a list of all of the journals that we subscribe to. And so for right now I've just added only one, so that's why there's only one right here. You would click on the Action button and click on Manage Items, and you can sort this by let's see. You can sort by receiving status, so you can sort by well, first of all, this is a list of all of the issues that we have. You can sort by not received, and you can see the predictive pattern here. So these are issues that we're going to receive in the future. So we're starting off with WT Cox in January, and the first issue that we're going to get is going to be Volume 86, number 1. And what you would do when you receive the issue is barcode it, enter the barcode here, and click Receive. So that's what I'm going to go through. So what we're going to do is here's the journal that one of the journals we're going to get through WT Cox. So right now you see we have this in two locations. In Gilbo we have it in the periodical bound location, and we also have it in the Hightower Circulation desk backfiles location. We're going to click on Order, and this is going to be a print journal subscription. For Hightower, we're going to assign the inventory manually and click on Create PO Line, and then click on Confirm. We're going to add a location, and our location is going to be the periodical backfiles circ desk location. Our vendor is WT Cox. And we'll select that from the list. The grace period refers to the number of days that elapse without receiving the number of days that elapse after the expected receipt date, that you don't receive the item, and if you don't receive it, it will go on the claims list. The subscription interval is exactly what it sounds like. This is whether or not the publication is received weekly or monthly or quarterly. Expected days after expected receipt after ordering days. This is November 22nd. So looking at the calendar, we have about 6 weeks until January the 3rd. So that is going to be, we'll give it about 45 days, and then that would mean that we would receive the item. We expect to receive the item on January 6th, because that's going to be 45 days from the day that I clicked on the order link in Alma. It's not necessarily the number of days after you order it from the vendor. It's actually when you click on the order link in Alma is what they're talking about. Alternatively, you could just pick a day that you expect to receive it by using the calendar, and this would override whatever is entered into the expected receipt after ordering days. So if you expect to receive it on the 3rd of January, that would override the 45 that's entered in here in this field. The list price for this is $3.79. and there is no discount, and we're going to select the fund it's coming out of, which is going to be WT Cox. We don't need a reporting code as far as I know, but if we did want to track this in analytics somehow, we could add a reporting code for these. Since I'm not really sure what we're going to be doing right now, I'm just going to leave the reporting code blank. We're going to click on manual packaging, and we also have to enter a renewal date, so I'm going to make that next year about this time. So we can make that November 30th, 2018. And you can set a number of days, a period of days ahead of when the renewal date is as a reminder. So we'll set that at 30, and you'll get a reminder that this needs to be renewed a month ahead of time. Alright, so we're going to click on Save and Continue. It says fund was not added, so we need to add that. I thought I did. So we have the fund and we have the amount. We're going to click on Add Fund and then click Save and Continue. It's telling you that one of the reporting codes is missing. We know that, and it's also telling you that we already have 126 items in inventory. When you click on Confirm, it's going to actually create a purchase order line, and it's also going to create another holdings record, and so we'll get to what to do about that in just a second. So if you look at this purchase order line, that's 305. This is what we just created, and it's in manual packaging. What you can do is go to the we're going to go to Archives of Psychiatric Nursing, the record, and you'll see that it created that extra holdings record here. The one on the bottom is the one that just got created. What we're going to do is click on that and then click Edit. And then we're going to click Edit and Expand from Template, and we're going to select our predictive pattern. And so this one is bi-monthly, and so what we're going to do is select the serial prediction bi-monthly and click OK. That's going to add an 853 field here. We're going to go to Tools, mark 21 Holdings, and we're going to do Next Predicted Items Information. And so for the first level of enumeration A, that's going to be the volume number. What we're going to enter here in A is volume number 32, because last year was volume number 31. And then the second level of enumeration B is the number. And so the way this is periodical is numbered is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So in February it's going to be number 1, and then the chronology is the year, so that's 2018. And then second level of chronology J is the month, and this starts in February. So we're going to, instead of typing in February, you have to type in 02, and then we're going to click on Close. You'll see that it adds a 590 field, which is something that you can edit, and so we'll probably be editing this later with the start date of the publication, but I don't know that right now, so I'm just going to do that later. We're going to go to Tools, and then we're going to click on Open Predicted Items, and that will display a pop-up window that's going to show you the way the description is going to look based on what we just entered. and then it'll show the expected arrival date. So I see that we're going to have to adjust that date forward because it says 12/22. So it was getting that from the 30 that I had in the purchase order line page, I guess, and but it did do the description correct, so I'm going to correctly. So I'm going to click on Save. And at this point, you can go to Acquisitions and Receive, and you'll see that it added that journal to our Receive New Material page. And when you go to receive it, you would just click on the Actions button and Manage Items. And then if you have this thing set at oh, I did forget to move the all the holdings onto the one holding record, so let me show you how to do that. We're going to go back and we're going to open up the holdings here, and you'll see I have 105 items that are on this particular holdings ID, and these are the 6 that we're expecting to receive next year. This is the holding record we just created, 22241. We're going to move all these 105 off of 221834152. So how we're going to do that is we're going to click on View Items, and we're going to click the top box here. It's gonna highlight 20 items. You can only do 20 at a time, unfortunately. And then we're going to do Change Holdings. And the new record we have is 22241. And we're going to click on Select. And we're just going to repeat that until we get all 105 moved. So then click on Back, and you'll see it removed 20 of those. We'll do another 20, and you'll see it's going to display 65 there. And then click on Back. Okay, and then we're just going to repeat this a few more times. Okay, so I had just paused it, and I finished this up, and I'm back, and you can see that there's no items on this holdings record. So at this point, we're going to delete the holdings because it's empty, and now we just have 2 holding records. So at this point, you can go back. Okay, you can go to Acquisitions and Receive, and you'll notice that I'm in the Hightower Acquisitions department. You have to be in the Hightower Acquisitions department to see this page. One Time is going to show you all of the books that we have purchase order lines for that have not been received. Continuous is going to be all the serials that we're waiting to receive. So this is a list of all the titles. When you get a copy of Archives of Psychiatric Nursing, you're going to click on the Actions button and Manage Items. And then you're probably going to want to sort by not received, because you see this is showing you all the issues that we have. So you'll sort by not received. And then as we receive items, we'll just scan the barcode in here and click on Receive right there to receive the item. Now, one thing you see is a check mark, a green check mark here. If you click on the purchase order line and click on the Notes tab, you'll see that we have a note that the PO line was created with the Sign Inventory Manually option, because I had selected that when I created the purchase order line. If you look on the Acquisitions menu under Purchase Order Package, we have a list of PO lines to package, and what we're going to do, I'll I'll do this in another video, is package these on